Made in Hollywood.
Den of Thieves 2 Pantera, starring Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., is made in Hollywood.
What can we do now? Let's see these guys together more, and let's see me or us on the same side. It's just a lot of great places to go.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, Pamela Anderson earned her first Golden Globe nomination for her role as a Las Vegas performer in the drama The Last Showgirl.
When I read it, I could hear the voice already. I could see it so clearly. I just couldn't wait to get started. I had happy feet. I was just like, I have to get started.
Plus, Taylor Kitsch stars in the Wild West drama American Primeval. The wildly popular award-nominated musical Wicked comes to your home screen with director John M. Chu. And dark secrets are unraveled in the mystery series Goosebumps: The Vanishing, featuring David Schwimmer. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Den of Thieves 2 Pantera, the exciting follow-up to 2018's Den of Thieves, features the return of Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. as they plot a massive heist of the world's largest diamond exchange.
It's not about the money. It's about the challenge.
Let's go, let's go!
Can I get in
Can I get your head?
and get out?
We're clean, we're clean.
The centerpiece of this movie is really him and I together. It's so much fun, and everybody I know who's seen the movie, they all come out going, those guys are great together.
When we started designing this one, it became apparent really quickly when we were on set, certainly, but even in the writing of it, with Christian writing it, that this was going to be much more of a buddy movie.
You and I are part of this weird symbiosis. So you only exist because of me.
Word is that they fired your ass.
And I think the scene when we finally meet up, when I've kind of like found my way into his house, and we have a very nice dinner together and a few things are explained, that was an awesome scene. It's really, I think, where the movie kind of takes off.
Yeah. We will perform a time descent and move us undetected as the cameras cycle through. There are no dead zones, so we'll have to create one.
It kind of felt like when you get off a long day of work and you get to kind of like get comfortable in your house clothes, because it allowed me to have new things, new challenges for the character. It allowed me as a performer to learn more about the character and kind of help him spread his wings a little bit.
It was everything for O'Shea too, is he really wanted to lean into like who I really am. It becomes a grown man, right? So it's a completely different dynamic, but at the same time, I think they learn to kind of love each other, right? They're like, I like this dude. It becomes a bromance.
You feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Isn't it enough?
It'll never be enough.
I think this is a really delicious, fun, enjoyable, like everything is turned up a notch, and yet it doesn't belie or get away from the tension and the reality and the danger that is in there, but it has a lot of fun too, right?
It's just something about having us team up. The can of worms is open now. The directions are all over the place. It becomes a much bigger story.
What can we do now? Let's see these guys together more, and let's see me or us on the same side. It's just a lot of great places to go.
And the cop goes gangster.
In the heartfelt drama The Last Showgirl, Pamela Anderson stars as a seasoned performer who must figure out her future when her show abruptly closes after a 30-year run.
Places, please. Places, please. This is your place's call for the final performance of The Razzle Dazzle.
When I read it, I could hear the voice already. I could see it so clearly. I just couldn't wait to get started. I had happy feet. I was just like, I have to get started. I gotta get that first scene done. Once it was there, we hit the ground running.
At the core of it, it's a human story about these people. There's a part of me that connected with each one of these women, these 4 generations of women, sort of in this very specific, unique, artistic life.
We were ambassadors for style and grace. The Las Vegas Showgirl.
My cousin Matt Shire knows my affection for Las Vegas, and I would always stop in Las Vegas and take pictures and just sort of be fascinated by this interesting, unique city, but also who are the people that live there.
She's a wonderful director. You know, she's very soft-spoken, but very decisive. You feel completely safe with her, and you know, like I said, this is a new world for me. These are all new feelings that I'm savoring, and she's such a big part of that.
She leads the set with such a quiet confidence and has such a clear vision, but is so incredibly open to whatever may happen in the moment.
You have an act prepared?
I do. I'm a dancer.
Music?
Yeah. I gave it to the maestro.
I saw Pamela's documentary, and I was just really struck with their similarities. I see both women as very optimistic, generous people, but I could see enough dissimilarities that was going to be enticing for her as an artist.
Feeling seen, feeling beautiful. That is powerful.
I signed up to do the movie because Pamela was going to be in it. We've never met. We don't know each other, but I knew who she was. My female friendships are incredibly important to me, and so this is just a beautiful extension of a female friendship.
She's an amazing actor, and she's also an amazing actor to work with. She's so giving, so wonderful.
Doing a job that you don't really love, that's hard. You want it to break you down and find things that you never knew existed. I needed to be ready when I got there. And I was.
She was.
Coming up, Taylor Kitsch stars as a frontiersman in the drama miniseries American Primeval, and sing along at home with the award-nominated musical Wicked from director John M. Chu.
People think they know her, but they have no idea what more she has to offer, and it felt like opening a new chapter to her life.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. A miniseries that examines the fight to gain control of the American West, American Primeval features Taylor Kitsch and Betty Gilpin as they struggle to survive the violent clash between religion and culture.
What do you think's out there?
Your father.
One of the aspects of filmmaking that keeps me engaged is the idea of a challenge. It's hard to make films on so many different levels that you have to be willing to embrace a challenge.
I loved every bit of it. I mean, I did break my foot and get surgery, which sucked, but it wasn't Pete's fault. So I didn't hold him accountable for that. I held Betty accountable for it.
Yeah, well,
even
I did
though you
it
weren't even
through
close
witchcraft.
to me. Yeah.
My spell worked.
From the first moment I met him, he was playing Gordon Lightfoot over Zoom. He wants to get to know you. He wants to get to know you so he can help you.
I'll always have big love and respect for him for making sure that my people weren't seen as savages and heathens, but were human beings.
This doesn't seem to be a world that favors a woman on her own.
Civilization and civilized, two different words entirely.
This is gonna be, you better come to set prepared with all your ideas ready to go, because it's going to be fast and insane.
Someday, this entire American continent will be ours.
I'm playing Brigham frickin' Young. I mean, people have their own opinion on who he was or what he did for the Mormon religion or not. And they're gonna learn some things in this 6-episodic series about Brigham Young.
We set out at first light. One step closer to the life I promised you. This is 1857, like Philadelphia's been around for almost 100 years. It's probably pretty nice at this point, and these people are choosing
Yeah, they had a few breweries, they had a couple of coffee shops.
right?
A newspaper or two, you know?
Yeah.
It was all right.
And these people are like, let's take this wagon over that mountain and see what's on the other side.
Brigham Young trying to make his kingdom. President tries to stomp it out. These natives here don't murder you. You got the Wasatch Mountain Range.
Challenges us to be historically accurate, to get to know folks like Julie who are gonna hold us accountable, and let's see if we can't get all that right.
Tribal people want to be seen and heard, and here we are at this time right now moving forward, and we're being asked to help and give input on our own stories.
I really fell in love with the rawness and the realness and the truth being told. That's what really captivated me about this series.
You get to see people at the end of the day. You get to see humanity in all its forms and all the beauty that there is to it and also the brutality.
And for what I read and for what's out there in journals about the Mountain Meadows Massacre in particular, everyone needs to watch this series and make up their own mind.
Now available on your home screen. Based on the Broadway musical and brought to the big screen by acclaimed director John M. Chu, Wicked tells the untold story of the witches of Oz who forge an unlikely friendship before their lives take different paths.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
When Cynthia came in, it was very clear that she had more to give to the world, and the world needed to see more of her than they had at that moment. And Elphaba was the perfect character to do that she could really infuse a new light into Elphaba that we had never seen before. It made my job a lot easier to know that every time she sang those words, it just felt like the first time I ever heard it before. To be able to work together and get in there and get work from the inside out just gave me so many more roads of where this character could go, and you'll see that more in movie 2.
Listen to me. You can do anything.
And for Ariana, it felt like a discovery. It felt like people think they know her, but they have no idea what more she has to offer, and it felt like opening a new chapter to her life. It's been really beautiful to see, and I hope that it encourages people also to blossom into their new self as well.
You're green.
I am.
Welcome, new students, to Shiz University. Miss Elphaba, you can room with Miss Galinda.
There's a lot in the first act of the show that needed to be unpacked. In fact, it was necessary, is what we found once we got into developing the script, that without those pieces, I'm not sure an audience would buy into the dramatic changes that happen emotionally with Elphaba or Galinda. And so the movie 2 allowed us to have spaces to fill in for their characters to develop in a pace that I think movie audiences will accept more. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, to feel that pressure of this is the song, this is the show, this is the movie of that crystallizes forever. You better not mess this up. We double checked ourselves, recut, reshot, anything we needed to do to make sure that this was the pinnacle of this movie, of Wicked itself. To see people react the way they have been has been, thank God. You're directing, you create a shield around yourself. You know, you have to encourage everyone around you, but deep down you're like, it could happen, it couldn't happen, like who knows? And there's a reality that sets in weeks later where you're like, oh wait, people really do like this. It's just not on my feed, that people are singing it, doing the choreography, that it's on Saturday Night Live. It's like all these things. It's a filmmaker's dream to witness this. So I love that they get to own this movie beyond our little baby, that now it's theirs.
Up next, the mystery series Goosebumps: The Vanishing features David Schwimmer.
I am an actual dad of a teenager, so it's I can access a part of like my very real lived experience in a way that I couldn't like 30 years ago.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. Featuring David Schwimmer, a new season of the thrilling anthology series Goosebumps: The Vanishing follows a group of friends as they unravel the mystery of 4 teenagers who vanished in 1994.
Hey guys.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. I want you to have a really fun and also safe summer out here. I only have one rule. Stay out of the basement.
What do you got in the basement?
I read some books when I was younger. I watched the movies. I never was like really in the world, but obviously I knew about it. It's iconic.
Not as much as you guys, because I'm European, so we didn't have that there.
Yeah. We grew up with
Scholastic
the
Book Fair.
Scholastic Book Fair.
Right.
It's very recognizable and it is so loved.
I was 25 when they came out, so I missed that great discovery of the book series as a kid.
Did you guys know that Devin and Cece's uncle was one of the kids who went missing in 1994?
I am an actual dad of a teenager, so it's I can access a part of my very real lived experience in a way that I couldn't 30 years ago.
I luckily did not watch Friends, because if I did, I would have been freaking out every time David walked in on set. I was able to just have a relationship with him that began on day one when we started filming.
What is that?
My brother's clothes from the night he died.
They were killed by ghosts.
No, nobody knows what happened.
Yo, check this out.
I was really impressed with how, the grace under pressure that Rob had on set. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But he never lost sight of that instinct, that intuitive kind of childlike response to the books and to the world. He kept that the whole time.
He really believed in it. He loves it so much, and
He takes it very seriously.
He is a wonderful collaborator. He's giddily excited. He's such a kid about the world of these books.
What the hell is this?
Even compared to season 1, I think that this season is going to be a lot kind of more darker and kind of we're kind of getting into the groove of things a little bit.
Trey's missing.
Yeah, kid's missing. Sound familiar?
I think that the lovers of the series will absolutely enjoy all the Easter eggs we have, all the different touch points on the books that there are in the series.
I really think there's something for everybody in this, because it's not just sort of the horror of it all. There's comedy, there's intrigue, there's mystery, and also you get to see a lot of New York that I don't think a lot of people have ever seen before.
And it's really ambitious. They really put a lot of time, energy, and resources into it. I think it pays off. The execution of the effects is unbelievable.
Are you okay?
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood.